So in today's video we are going to be testing out these diamond paintings. They're little miniature paintings from B&M and they were £3.99 each. I got this Belle one and I ended up going back and getting a Stitch. So without further ado, let's get started.
So I started with the Belle one first of all. So I actually bought these a few months ago. I actually filmed this in August, I think, August or September, but I pre-recorded a ton of videos, which is why like the background in my intros and outros will change quite a lot, because I filmed quite a lot in advance, but I'm not really uploading them in the order that I filmed them. Anyway, not really relevant. Since buying these two, I've actually noticed these pop up in quite a few different places. At the time I'd only really seen them in B&M, and I'd only really seen like a few of the Disney princesses and like the Stitch one. I hadn't really seen any others. Obviously on the back of the pack, this is series 1, but on the back of the pack there was a bunch of different ones. There was a few more Disney ones, there was a few Star Wars ones, and a few Marvel ones, I think, and there's quite a few different ones in series 1, but since I've done these ones I've actually seen loads more, and I'm not sure whether it's just because the B&M that I went to is a relatively small one, but I went to a B&M near where my boyfriend lives as well, and they still didn't really have that great a selection, but since filming this like throughout Christmas and that sort of time, I've seen loads more pop up, and not just in B&M either. I've seen them in like little independent toy shops and stuff. So I saw quite a few. There's like an independent toy shop in my town, and they had quite a few of these packs, but they also had from like the same creators, like the same people that do these ones. They had like notebooks which you do like a diamond art on the front of, and trying to think what else there's been like bigger ones of these that I've seen. There's also just like a wider range of these that I've seen about, but not only that, I've also found a Disney 100 sticker book, which is like a diamond art sticker book, which I have actually filmed some of. So I bought the book, which comes with like I think it's 6 different stickers with it, but they're all like blind bags. So if you're interested in seeing that, let me know in the comments. I have already filmed one, but obviously I don't want to buy loads more if no one's going to watch it. I'll probably buy loads more anyway, but I just maybe won't necessarily film it if no one's going to watch it. But anyway, I've got that to come out soon, so make sure to subscribe if you want to see that. But yeah, so I'm just doing the Belle one here. What I liked about these was they came, each one obviously, because there's no guarantee that you've done these before, so they each come with a tray for the beads. They come with a little square of wax and then the actual tool to put the beads on, which is pretty standard. You know, get that in any sort of set of any size, and then you had a strip of beads as well. But what I liked about these ones was they actually came with their own little plastic bags as well for afterwards, because obviously they put way more beads in the pack than what you would need. As you'll see in a minute here, I'm about to finish F, I think that is, and obviously I've got loads of beads left over, but they put like resealable bags into these ones, so that you could actually seal them back up again, like put the spare colours in and seal them back up again. Which I really liked about these ones. Obviously it's not obvious at all, but I've had bigger sets, bigger diamond arts that don't do that. You just kind of are just left with a massive pile of beads afterwards, but I really liked that these ones did that, so you obviously have an easier way to dispose of them if you didn't want to keep them, or if you do want to keep them, then you can keep them separate rather than having to put them all in one big pot. But yeah, I just really liked that about these. So just continuing on with this one, I really like how quick and easy these actually were. I was expecting, I've done diamond paintings before, like quite big ones, and because these are like circular drilled, there's not actually as many beads as if they were like square drilled, because obviously like the square ones, they sit like right on top of each other. They, you know, you can fit more into a space, but these ones, with them being circular drilled and obviously not being like a square or rectangular picture, they're more spaced apart, which I kind of like and I kind of don't like. I mean, like for, you know, like the hair, like it can create more of like a sweeping motion in the hair, obviously easier rather than having loads of different colours. So obviously, because it is like a quick and easy one, it's just a bit of an easier way to create like movement and texture into the image, rather than, you know, if you had square ones, then it would just sort of be like blocks on top of blocks. But at the same time, I do kind of wish that there were some more diamonds in there, or like crystals in there, whatever you want to call them, you know, like in the eyes and stuff, because the eyes had very little in them whatsoever. And obviously, like the whites in the eyes, there's nothing in that whatsoever. So I do just wish there was a little bit more in that regard. I don't know though, obviously this is just personal preference, but that's just kind of how I feel. But obviously these are not necessarily targeted towards adults. They're in the toy section of B&M, so they're probably more targeted towards children, to be honest. And I think for younger children, these would definitely be great, because obviously you don't need to concentrate entirely. There's not loads of switching between different colours. You know, you can kind of just sit down and do them in one session. I think this one took me just under an hour, and then the Stitch one I think took me like half an hour, 40 minutes. So, you know, you really can get them done quite quickly. Obviously they'll probably take a little bit longer if you are a child doing them, or you are doing them with children. They'll probably take a little bit longer, but if you just wanted to do them as something relaxing to do, then they are, you know, quite a nice little time pass, and they are quite relaxing to do. Obviously they're quite simple. You know, you just got to make sure that you've got the correct colour, which with these obviously it's not really that difficult, because there aren't that many colours to begin with, and obviously they're all very clearly marked, and they're not that close together, so you can definitely see which colour is supposed to be which. So yeah, in that regards, it's definitely a nice little craft to do. Nice thing to do with children as well. So just finishing this one off here, I've literally just got that last little bit of pink to do, and like I said previously, you can see in here I had loads of the pink ones spare, so I just popped them in one of the little bags that came with it and just kept them to one side. I later actually went on and just put them all in the same pot, but obviously if you did want to keep them separate, then you absolutely can, and they make it so easy to do that, because there are so many bags as well. They don't just give you like the amount for how many beads there are, like how many different colours of beads there are absolutely loads. So if you wanted to split them up for different crafts or use them again, then you definitely can. And like I said before, I just really liked how this like small detail, I mean, to most people you probably think it's not actually like it's a bag, like yeah it is, but it just makes storing these so much easier, and it just, yeah, it makes it easier to reuse the beads if you wanted to, rather than having to find individual pots. Obviously not everybody is going to want to keep the colours separate. I know a lot of people that do diamond arts just mix them all together at the end, but obviously if you did want to keep them separately, then you definitely can, and it makes it so easy to do that. And obviously I just like this little detail, as you can tell by how much I've talked about it, in a little set that only costs a couple pound. It's just quite nice to have that little detail in there, when most of the bigger sets don't really bother with anything like that. You just kind of have to put them all in a pot and that be it. So as you can see, I've moved on to the Stitch one here. I actually did the Belle one first, and then went back out and bought another one because I enjoyed doing it so much. So yeah, if that just tells you anything, I enjoyed the Belle one that much that I went out and bought another one, and I bought the Stitch because my boyfriend likes Stitch, so I did that and I gave this one to him. But overall I just found this one a lot easier than the Belle one. Not that the Belle one was overly difficult, but there's a lot more colour changes in the Belle one than there is on this one. As you can probably see, there's a lot more block colour on here, and just not as many colours in general. There's a lot of a lot of the E colour throughout, and then just like a few different like highlight detail bits. It's mainly like that E, the blue that I've already done, and the colour that I'm doing now. So definitely, if this is like the first piece that you've ever done that's like a diamond painting or diamond art, whatever, then this would definitely be a great one to start with, because it's pretty straightforward. Like I say, there's big block colours, so you can't really go wrong with this one. Whereas